least you changed it up, though.
Yeah, it's not that regarding again project.
It's definitely more gentle. Yeah.
Still can't sneak up on you guys. I still can't hit the record button without you without you knowing it. You know, can't get that candid intro where you guys are talking about Dave Bautista, all that sick shit.
It's way better though. It's definitely it's taken the edge off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I wanted to discuss something with you guys today. All right. Mm-hmm. So for lunch. I'm at this place called it's called Mod Pizza, or I think it's MOD Pizza.
I think it's Mod.
Mod Pizza. Yeah, they do. They put out a good product. I don't eat there all the time because you have to stuff your face during lunch. I try not to do that, but today I was feeling particularly like a cheat day. Usually Thursdays with you guys is the cheat day because I drink about 7 to 8 beers during a recording and then 2 or 3 afterwards when I'm editing.
Well, here's a question: do they just do pizza, or do they do other stuff too?
I think you might be able to get a couple appetizers or a salad, but pizza's where the bulk of it is. Okay,
well, I'm just asking, like, you know,
he means like pizza toppings thrown in a bowl.
Basically. Okay, well, that's fine. No, because I mean, you know, like most of the pizza places around here, it's like now you get your pizza, you get your cheesesteak, you get your sub, you can get some wings, you can get basically a Cecil County fair's worth of food.
Sure.
So they don't do any of it well. They just do all of it, and none of it's really great.
This isn't what I would consider a pizza shop.
Yeah, it's not like one of the. It's more like a. Well, I think of my pizza. So I don't know that I've actually been in a my pizza, but I've been in an and pizza, which I believe is exactly the same.
Right.
And they're like a Subway, but for tiny pizzas.
Yeah, you can get a personal pan. You can get like an 11-incher, and you can get something to share. So anyway,
that's stroll on up and walk past a glass window and be like, I want some of that. Why don't you go ahead and put some of that on there?
Yeah.
Yep, take some of that. Yeah,
and they have toppings. Anyway, we're getting far too into what Mod Pizza is to paint the picture. Point is, when I'm eating by myself, I prefer to sit at a place where I don't have to look at a lot of people, and I don't, you know, and a lot of people aren't looking at me. If they are, I don't see them because they're staring at my back or the back of my neck, my back of my head. You know, if you can get a bar top that faces the window of the front, perfect. If I'm by myself. And that's just that simple, just my preference. So anyway, family that's by the door, mom and 2 kids gets up as my pizza's being prepared. And I'm like, perfect. And this is like literally, I'm pretty much staring at a wall and a back exit. Okay. Now there is an 8 top in front of kind of a 1 to 2 o'clock in my direction, a little bit more in front and some of my peripherals. And a single dude sits at that 8 top after I sit down on the opposite side facing me in the middle of the table. Okay. And I turned around to look, and there's plenty of other places to sit. So not only do I have to awkwardly not look at this guy while I'm eating my pizza and enjoying my lunch, but this dickhead has also taken away what could be, you know, an 8-person, say 6 people walking, say a bigger family wanted to get some lunch on a Thursday afternoon. Nope, can't do it because this lone person sat there. What an ass, man. What do you think? Is this type A personality? Just doesn't think about things like that?
There's lots of shit that I wonder, like when people are in line. I mean, I know it's the classic, but like they're in line and they're on speakerphone. Like, who the fuck are you? I just think some people are just completely oblivious to just like the social parameters of the world. Like people digging for fucking change in the year 2021, digging for change in your purse. At this point, I don't care how old you are. You're old enough to know that you don't do that shit anymore. You either get your fucking card out or you get change back. They don't even count it with their grubby, stupid, non-math counting fingers anymore. They just out of a machine automatically. Just fucking give them the cash. Put more coins in there so you have more of a variety to choose from at the next stop that you piss everybody off in line fucking digging through your purse for.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's right. I think it's just oblivious ass people. No, I mean, I'm passionate about your hatred for coins. I don't know if it's a hatred for coins, but like, I don't really recognize coins as legal American tender anymore. Like a lot of times, I'll get coins back and just stare at them in my hand. Like, what do you want me to? Do you want me to combine this with other coins to make paper money to pay you with? I don't know. That's too much fucking work. Like, I literally just give it to Kelly. Like I'm just like, here you go. I don't know what to do with this.
Does she save them?
Sometimes I don't know. I have no idea what she does with it. I do not fucking recognize it. It's just completely off my radar.
I guarantee I have about $1,000 in change in my house in various buckets and tubs and like just little trinkets sitting all over the place. Mm-hmm. But I am so against the things that I've just spoken of that I won't go to a place even to dump the change into one of those machines because I'm just like, oh, I'm holding up the line with all this change, trying to be consistent here.
Well, don't
even though it's the purpose of the machine. I don't want to be the guy sitting there dumping like, yeah, sorry, I got a lot. Like, I don't want to be that guy.
Where do I even find a Coinstar? Is that still a thing?
It is, and you shouldn't use them. They steal 9 cents on the dollar.
I know, but I'm stealing $1,000. I'm stealing $1,000 on the dollar right now by not fucking utilizing anything to get the money back. Well, I'm not spending the coins nor turning them in.
What should do is what should we do? Okay, I mean, I'm not going to say what. I'll tell you what I do, and you can be the judge of whether or not this is what you should do or not do. I have on my nightstand. I have a small plastic container or plastic. It is a change. I don't know. What would you call it?
Shorter?
No, it's not one of those. Actually, the top of it has a slot where you put one at a time in, and you're supposed to put a AA battery in, and it recognizes what the width of it is, so it counts it for you and tells you how much you have in there. I'm too lazy to do that, so I just throw it in there. But no, I go to the bank and get the rolls, and once that puppy's filled up, it's about $350 worth. I do all the sorting. I take that to the bank and fucking deposit that shit.
Ah, you cocksucker. So then everybody's got to watch you pull out a fistful of fucking metal bricks and jam them. Oh, we'll turn these in now.
Well, they're professionals. They can count that. It's $20 for the rolls of quarters, $5 for the dimes, $2 for the nickels, 50 cents for the pennies.
And all I want to do is put my money in my checking account and be on my way. And I got to wait for your shithead ass.
And I'm fairly certain.
So it's unanimous.
They have to open them so that you didn't fucking skimp on like one of them, like a son of a bitch.
I've never had them do that. They've always just bring up 10, 20, 40, 50 minutes. So I guess I could skimp them if I were a heartless asshole.
Because I think they're weighing them. Like as soon as you hand it to them, they're putting them on a little thing, and they have to be within a certain like gram in order for you to get the money.
That actually makes sense.
So
that makes a whole lot of sense.
It's unanimous that this isn't what I should do or you should do, Alan, because you asked what should you do, and it
sounds like probably a better idea, but it also sounds like way too much fucking work.
It's labor of love, baby. Get that money back. Go out for a nice steak dinner, maybe lobster, maybe steak and lobster.
Nah. I'll just do that anyway.
Do that without counting the coins.
But I think my rage is actually now that you brought this up and I'm thinking about it, I can see this. I was in the Wawa, and the guy, you got to remember, Ideal in a town of crackheads, so he's got like 4 like full 20-ounce Mountain Dews, whole bunch of other shit. He puts it all up on the counter, waits for the guy to ring it all up, and then goes, "How much is that?" He's like, it's $12.75. Then he reaches for his wallet and starts digging through. Like not kind of doing like the normal human being, like we're like, okay, what's this? Like $1.50? Okay, $2. So, and then overestimating what you think it's going to be and having that amount of money prepared and ready to go. Instead, he waits until he hears the total. Then he reaches his hand into his back pocket. Then he grabs his wallet. Then he grabs some cash. Then he digs for change. And that man needs to be electrocuted. Slowly.
Only 100 watts at a time. So
yes.
Over the course of a day. Yeah.
Yes.
That is the shit. I never got people who put men who put change in their wallets. Back in the day, I used to think if it's not in your front pocket, why are you putting 70 cents worth of nickels and dimes into your wallet only for you to sit lopsided for the rest of the day? Huh?
That sounds terrible. Nope. I've never even thought of doing that.
Well, you don't think of saving any change, so you sure as hell.
I really don't. Like if I find a penny, like let's say in this room and I'm getting ready to vacuum, I'll probably pick that penny up and throw it in the trash can. Like,
yep.
Yeah. Like I'm not like walking over to a container in another room and be like 1 cent. 1 cent closer. Like, nope, let's fucking go in the trash.
Ben Franklin is rolling over in his grave right now.
Well, when Ben Franklin had a penny, Ben Franklin could go buy shit with his penny. They had penny candies. You could go buy a candy for pennies. Okay, I might walk around with pennies in my pocket if I can get, like, I don't know, a single stick of, like, Big League Chew or something. Like, hey, here's a penny, miss. Here's a penny, sir. Here's your Big League Chew.
Now those penny candies I get charged by, like, the pound for, and it's way more than a penny.
Yeah. No, if I'm cleaning out my truck, same thing. If I find pennies, I just throw the pennies away. I just commit a felony. Doesn't matter. They're worth less than they're worth.
Yeah,
pennies are worthless. Pennies need to go away. Pennies are costing us, like, I think it's like $2.2 billion a year just to keep making those motherfuckers. They're all zinc anyway. Just get rid of them. Throw them in the ocean.
Yeah, Europeans have it. For the brief period I was over there, it seemed as though everything, all the derivatives came to 5 cents, and they had the dollar coin, which worked out really well. I was a big fan of that. I was a fan of the dollar coin.
Yeah, dollar coins are kind of gangster. We didn't really adopt them well here, but I mean, to be fair, we put a Native American lady on the front of it, and I think that really kind of shot us in the foot.
Right?
Why?
Susan
I don't know.
B.
I just feel like America never really adopted it. We were like,
Didn't they?
I don't
Also,
think it had anything to do with Sacagawea.
well, it was Susan B. Anthony. Then they tried.
was it her on the dollar? Who was that?
It was Susan B. Anthony to start. Then didn't they switch to Sacagawea? It became the Sacagawea dollar.
There was, like, Susan B. Anthony was like in the 1970s or something, and then nobody gave a fuck about that. And then finally, they did, like, the nice gold coins, and they did Sacagawea, and I think they did all the presidents too.
Oh, did they?
President from Washington all the way up to what, Obama, and in dollar coins.
I think they got. I don't know if they got that far. I think they finally just abandoned it, by James Madison or something.
We're done. This is not working. We're not fulfilling.
Nobody even likes these fucking things. Like, and like our machines can't handle them. Like every fucking machine that accepts coins has just been made to accept quarters, and that's it.
Yeah, that's why the 50-cent piece. Who was I haven't seen one in so long. I forget who was on the 50-cent piece.
Kennedy.
Was it Kennedy? Okay, all right. Sorry, it's been a hot minute.
Well, that's a totally fucking different subject, because the fucking 50-cent piece is like a fucking, like a Monopoly fucking accessory. Like, that's not real money. It's the fucking, like, it's like a coaster. You could put a fucking White Claw on the bitch. Like, it does not. You can't carry those around. It's not practical.
As a matter of fact, I doubt my coin collector next bedside could even fit it. It could even, like, it doesn't even open that wide. Just like, I have to screw the top off and just throw it back in there.
Like, imagine a roll of 50-cent pieces.
Ooh.
Okay. Weigh like 2
like
pounds.
A dumbbell.
3 pounds.
Right.
Yeah. It's insanity.
Welcome to the Middle Class Holes, Foxman, Alan Murr. Hey guys, listen, we had a pretty interesting YouTube comment the other day. So this was from our Bam Margera Looking Funky video, which actually got a lot of traction. It's gotten a lot of some of these comments are just downright fucking. I mean, for instance, about a month ago, a person named Kiala Kidwell said, "I love Bam. Haiti got kicked off. Steve-O could do whatever he wanted." Wait, no, actually, that's not the one I wanted to read. Sorry. God, someone said something about you guys wouldn't do this if he said something to his face. Okay, anyway, God,
would absolutely do anything to Bam Margera's face.
Yeah, right. So this person basically says, "Oh yeah, yes." Middle-aged white guy starting a podcast. So original. Everyone will listen. LMFAO. Well, first of all, I said, with all due respect, Murr, I said one of us is middle-aged, and you are just dipping your toe into the age of middle age, dipping your toe into the age of Middle Ages. And I said, and one of us is Nicaraguan, so I'm glad you are so observant. Way to go, feller. Hold on, should I say his name?
Yeah, I'm sure they didn't sleep well that night either.
The fuck is
By the way, I'm perfectly middle aged because if I make it to 84, then I'm going to be a lucky camper.
Yeah, Tom M. I think I also said misery loves company. Fuck you. What do you do?
Fuck you, guy.
What do you do, Tom? Did you start MySpace?
What do you fucking comment on fucking random white guys podcasts with one brown guy mistakenly? You asshole.
Well, Wes, I mean, I'm glad that you peruse the comments, but you're like the exact wrong person to actually read the comments.
I'm responsive. I talk to these people. I engage. I'm a people person. Fuck you. What's the matter with you? I got this goddamn thing down to a science.
I just love that you're the person that got. Wait, what platform did you get kicked off of because of the 9/11 conspiracy theory stuff?
I think it was like Daily Motion or something. E-Bombs World.
It's like multiple.
No, it was YouTube. It was YouTube. 100%. Yes.
It was YouTube. So you got kicked off the premier platform for video service because and what I do find ironic is that these windbag morons who believe it was an inside job conspiracy, they get to keep their ability to, make fake, nonsensical, non-factual videos, and you're the one who got kicked off for commenting on them.
I don't know. I may or may not peruse under the Middle Classholes moniker on these 9/11 conspiracy websites, but I always do it very respectfully, and I don't call anyone any names. My name calling under my old, whatever the hell it was on YouTube. I don't even remember what my old profile was. I wasn't like I was calling. I wasn't name calling. May have been a twoofer here and there. May have been a moron, idiot, bozo, things like that. Nothing harsh. It's all PG-13.
You sure?
I may have gotten drunk a few times and laid into a couple people. Don't recall. I don't know. If I don't remember, did it happen?
Nope.
I feel like if I keep just pressing a little bit, we're going to get to the bottom of it.
Word.
What was the one that got you kicked off?
That's the thing. They don't tell you that. I tried to ask them, say what complaint was made about. Can you point me to the specific comment? No, and you're not going to get an answer from anybody. It's all automated. You're not going to get. There's no appeal process. There's no real arbitrator or middle person who could litigate this between you and quote unquote YouTube.
Yeah, but it also makes you wonder: does Google maybe believe what they believe, and that's why they're maybe more sensitive to their side of the story than they are to your side of the story? It's just like all this stuff going on with COVID and everything. Like they believe they have a stance. I'm saying that Google has a stance, and the people they hire have a stance. And if they don't agree with your stance, they're probably more likely to ban you forever. Are you gone forever?
I can't under my personal email, which I use, for a variety of purposes. I can't comment on YouTube under that. I'd had to create a new Gmail account and then get on YouTube under that, which I've done with the Middle Classholes, so it's okay.
Good.
And I comment on a variety of things. And I comment on guys like Tom M. saying 3 middle-aged white dudes starting a podcast, real original, ought to be a hoot. Tom, I hope you're in your basement right now eating fucking gummy bears, playing World of Warcraft, whacking off the brazzers 4 times a day.
Actually, this kind of brings
it doesn't sound like a too bad of a life, does it, Murph?
I was just thinking, like, you can do it.
Wes, are you in South Baltimore complaints on Facebook?
No. Ought I be?
Well, you should. You should join it. I got kicked out of it earlier this week. Speaking of, getting yourselves kicked out of internet things. There's some clown admin that I don't know. They get there's a contingent in South Baltimore complaints that gets all up in arms over fucking Brandon Scott, and so like any reason to kind of talk shit about him, they take it. And once he made the mask mandate again for like indoors in the city, this admin cat. I think he's a bartender at a popular bar in Federal Hill.
Okay.
Decided to make T-shirts where there's like Brandon Scott's face as a caricature of a clown, and like they were loving it. They were eating it up, and he was going to start selling them. So some lovely gentleman from Canton whipped up a picture, a quick Photoshop picture of the gentleman, the admin, and dressed up as a clown, and actually put a Creed T-shirt on him, which made it 10 times fucking better. And I guess he probably got removed for South Baltimore complaints, but I took that picture like a couple mornings ago and was like, "Hey guys, I heard the South Baltimore complaint store is throwing these bad boys up in there. When do they go on sale? Can I get one in black?" And it took like 25 minutes for me to get kicked the fuck out.
Nice.
Yeah, they straight censored me, bro.
Taking away your freedoms, man.
Shit, conservative America canceling people. Fuck, who's heard of that?
Putting a muzzle on you.
Damn it, Murr. Tell me, how do I fix this?
We don't. We have to burn the whole thing down.
I like it.
We're gonna burn this mother down.
I was fucking worked up about it. I wanted to like get into a Facebook spat, and they just fucking shut me down. Shut me down so quick.
They don't want that, man. They don't want dilemma. They don't want conflict, button heads.
But
that's all they want. What are you talking about?
That's like literally all this dude does is talk shit on this fucking Facebook group. And I was like, well, let's talk shit about you then, guy. And he was like, nope.
Yeah. I gotta look this up.
Dude, check it out. I mean, my post is definitely not there.
Right. Okay. I'll tell him I know you. I'll tell him I know a guy. He sent me here. I said it's a place to learn. Place to like-minded individuals where we can talk.
Kelly got mad at me because I think she got the boot by association. Like, he probably pulled my name up and like saw hers and was like, well, both of them are fucking out of here. He's a punk ass bitch.
What's his name? We can call him
Sam Murray. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. I just called you out on our fucking moderately listened to podcast.
Probably Tom M. It's probably that's probably one and the same. Probably found our shit. I was like, yeah, real original. 3 dudes talking.
Yeah, it probably is. It could be him.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, he gave me some guy was like, why don't you tag him? And I was like, I tried to tag him, but a bunch of fucking bubbles with random white dudes came up, and I didn't know which generic white dude was the Sam Murray that I needed to tag. It was going to go downhill quick, and they didn't give me the chance.
There's 4 dozen in the greater Baltimore area. There's a lot of Sam Murrays.
I was like, I don't know. I even was like, edit. I tried to tag Sam Murray, but white guys look like white guys in tiny bubbles on my phone. I don't know. I don't know which one you are. But
there's 17 of them in Columbia alone.
Whoever you are, sir, I'm interested in a T-shirt where your face is turned into a clown because I think you're a clown.
This news article was posted. I don't even know, a news article / poll was posted on the official Middle Classholes Facebook page. You can check that out. 2 in 5 Americans believe they have what it takes to be an Olympic athlete, new research suggests. In a recent nationally representative survey of 1,000 U.S. citizens, residents, 40% think they're fit enough to compete in at least one summer or winter sport at the Olympics. That includes 3 times as many men as women. Not a shocker. 60% to 22%. Half of all respondents from the Northeast, and about 70% of those under the age of 35. Basketball, football, soccer, swimming. Not football, but basketball, soccer, and swimming appear to be particularly popular choices, along with skateboarding, surfing, sport climbing, softball, and baseball. We also took a poll on our official Middle Classholes Instagram page. I'm going to get to the results of that in a minute. But your guys' thoughts on the digestion of these statistics, of this data that suggests that nearly 20% of Americans think they I got that all wrong. Whatever. 2 in 5.
Well,
40.
I know that. Okay. When you turned How old were you? Was it 18 when I told you gained 1 second of rational thought every day beyond or every year past your 18th birthday? Is that the advice I gave you?
You told me that on my 18th birthday. Yes. Murr's advice to me was every year after you turn 18, you gain 3 seconds of rational thought. So it'll take you till you're about 30 for you to get roughly a minute's worth to figure out that you shouldn't do dumb shit.
Okay. And but I feel like from a athletic standpoint, that especially men, we go through that same process. Like right now, if you asked me 7 years ago, I'd be like, yeah, shit, yeah, man, I could still play something. I could still win an Olympic event. I'm 42 now. I know I stand zero chance. I see what these assholes are doing at the Olympics. I have nothing. I was really racking my brain. Like, what's the one thing? The only thing I could think of, and we've talked about it before, actually, is like skeleton or like bobsled, like something where I'm not necessarily physically in control of my own destiny here. I know you have to train. You got to learn the course, got to learn how to bob your head left and right if you're in the bobsled. Skeleton, I do still think I have some fast twitch muscle fibers left in my body where I could probably get up to a good amount of speed to do like the skeleton. Again, as long as I could learn the course and I was stupid and crazy enough and maybe had enough methamphetamine in my system to want to go down a luge course head first. That's the only event that I could possibly think that I could compete in. Beyond that, no. I stand zero chance in any of the rest of it, and everybody beyond me is just fucking delusional and has no chance.
That's a pretty good point. Alan?
Yeah, this is outrageous. Like, there's no way. And I think more importantly, the sports that you rattled off, that people think that they're playing in the Olympics, no. Y'all are playing none of those sports.
Well, there was a few others. People, there was a fair amount of martial arts, skiing, handball, crew, surfing, a few others. My guess is that some of these sports, these people are somewhere between hobbyists and everydayers. You know, there's people in Hawaii or California that surf nearly every day, ride the waves. Are you Olympic level good? Well, come on.
With that one, you make a good point with that. I think there are some amateur surfers, probably some amateur skateboarders that are too cool for school and wouldn't try to get into the Olympic trials, because that's something that's organized. They'd actually have to like plan, and maybe show up to something on time and maybe spend a couple of dollars for an, entrance fee or something like that. And they're just not willing to do that. So for sports like that, yeah, okay. And plus those are new. Like surfing just got into the Olympics. So if somebody decided in 4 years, like, I bet I could do that. And it's, but they'd all fail the drug test. And none of them would fucking qualify.
That's kind of the point. Alan, you were saying, sorry.
No, I mean, that is definitely why the Americans didn't win gold in skateboard, I don't think, is because you couldn't send the stoners over. So
that's right.
It is what it is. But no, I mean, I think it's just, maybe it's the American overconfidence, but we ain't, none of us, nobody's fucking an Olympian. Definitely not 2 and 5 of us in anything. Right. Maybe, like you said, a couple oddball things, but like you said, crew. I don't think who the fuck is rowing on an Olympic level? Nobody.
Right.
You don't know nobody like that's doing that shit. I don't care how fit they are. Like, yeah, it's outrageous. I shared this on my profile, and a couple people came back, and most of them were tame. Somebody I think put like boxing, which I thought was interesting. But I think he was a boxer. So, but most of them were like archery. Somebody did say crew, and I was like, "You get the fuck out of here."
Yeah,
no shot.
Go. I don't know, either buy or rent or I don't know, like purchase a row machine for your basement and get one of those nice ones. You can sell it almost at the same price that you bought it for. Yeah, I don't know, but make it a science experiment. One of those ones that has the digital screen that shows you. How far you're going and how fast you're going, and compare that to world-class athletes. Do it for a month. Do it for a year. I think some of this boils down to like, okay, if I dedicated myself to fencing for 2 years, could I be Olympic level fencer? I don't know. Archery, I guess. Downhill skiing, doubt it. I think that's the American way is like, okay, I'm not going to be an Olympic level basketball player. Not now, not even before they had the dream team, because it was the best college players, who most of which went pro anyway. I'm not going to be an Olympic level 100-meter runner, 200-meter, pretty much anything in track and field you can just cast off. Sorry, I don't care. Like, yeah, if I just dedicated myself, too bad, bro. You're not fucking Dan and Dave O'Brien doing a decathlon in a year of dedication. Sorry, but I think I would like to read in a little bit more of this, because I think some of this boils down to those oddball sports. Murray, you had mentioned it like last week or the week before, the handball. I watched doubles badminton. Yeah, hell yeah. I've gotten drunk a few times in someone's backyard and whacked around. Had some epic fucking rallies in badminton. But yeah, Christ, put me, give me a coach. Give me a nutrition plan and some reflex things. I'd fucking be a badminton-er. I don't even know if badminton is the correct nomenclature, but hell yeah, I'm in.
Yeah. No, the badminton, you have to have like fighter pilot style, like,
dude, like fucking Ted Williams in an Indonesian body.
Yeah, no, like even that, like I think that's the thing. You're like, see, badminton, definitely fucking do that, or like a handball. Now, handball I think is kind of reasonable, but at the same time, probably not. Let's be real. It seems like it'd be okay, because I'm just kind of jogging around this odd semicircle, and then I fucking jump and throw, because apparently that's how you do it. Even that, I think there's a lot of stamina that I think we're just not paying attention to. Fucking like we've just kind of ignored some portions of it. Fucking,
but I don't know. Well, here's the other part of this, though, Wes. And I was actually talking to your brother about this, because I was watching one of the women's races. It was like a qualifying race, and it was it was the women's 200, and they were going through, and they were doing the camera right in front of everybody, and they were to say hi or give the little love sign with their hand or whatever. And they get to the lady from Pakistan, and I noticed that she was wearing like She wasn't wearing anything clingy. She was basically wearing like a Hanes tighty whitey shirt and just like some sweatpants. Like she looked like the poor kid at the track meet, like the school that didn't afford like uniforms, and then you just had to wear what you had from home.
Right.
And she didn't even look at the camera. And I'm just thinking, like, bitch, you're from a third world country. You're gonna get blown out. This is your one moment in the sun. Look happy to be here.
Right.
And I'm telling you, she finished like 10 seconds behind any of the runners.
How the hell
like
did she qualify?
Because she's from Pakistan and she's a woman.
Country, yeah.
And they don't let women do shit in Pakistan. And this is like the one chick who showed up to the horse track one day, and they were like, they literally fired a real gun into the air and were like, goal. And she did. And they were like, you're our Olympian. Head on out there. So like if we switched our nationalities, we might have a chance to qualify for the Olympics in some of these sports. But as Americans, no.
I was going to say, switching nationality. I think I even made that comment to somebody when I was talking about it. I was like, I could probably sneak onto the Nicaraguan, I don't know, insert a couple of different things here.
Right.
But nothing fucking cool. Like, nothing that's really athletic at all. So fucking just, I mean, I personally, I think curling, we get a squad together. We get the three of us, and I think you need like two more people. And we ice shuffleboard.
I almost think
it's fucking easy.
This boils down to like the All You Need Is Love Beatles song. Like everything you can do has been done. Any sport that you think of that you could qualify here in the United States of America, there's a small pocket of people that do it at either a world class or just below world class level. And even those roundabout sports that you're talking about, like, I could dedicate myself. I keep going back to fencing because I watch fencing and I watch a little bit of it, and I'm like, I mean, it seems plausible. Get in there. No shot. Not a shot. And you think, I mean, some people get wrapped up in the romanticism of cool runnings, let alone the fact that, I don't know if, was there a Yul Brenner who was a guy like John Candy who got kicked off the American bobsled team. I don't know. May have been fictional, but someone recruited 4 world-class 100-meter sprinters from Jamaica. Was like, hey, you guys, you're really fast. Do you want to try this? Like world-class. They couldn't have got there if they weren't world-class sprinters.
Yeah, that's why that was plausible. They weren't like, hey, fucking let's go down to the pub and grab 4 guys to run on ice. They were like, let's get guys who are world-class at running on Earth and teach them how to run on ice.
Right.
Except
for
that seems easier.
Except for the driver with dreads. That's just because he was a really good boxcar driver in Kingston.
Yeah, exactly. But hey, a skill nonetheless.
World class
boxcar driving still counts.
I mean, it makes sense. Bobsled, man. You have I don't even know the tools.
Well, it comes back to my theory on why I could maybe lose your skeleton. Is just you just have to be fast and dumb enough to do it, and that's what those guys were. They were fast enough and dumb enough to do it, and they what they do they wrecked their sled and everybody cheered for them. Good job, guys. Way to fuck up on the national scale. They carried
their sled over. Yeah, they carried their sled over the finish line.
Mm-hmm. I was watching some of the decathlon men's, and I was telling Sarah like that I felt like if I had trained in a few things, I may have been able to compete in this. She was like, "Babe,
nope,
no." And I think the only one like the 400 and the 1500, but my times were not comparable then. But I thought like, okay, translate that at 17, which when I ran my best times in those, to like 23. Of training, eating well, etc., etc. She's like, if you could have done it, you would have. You don't have the mental wherewithal. You opted to join a fraternity and get fucked up 4 days a week.
Like I was supposed to throw shot put and discus at Frostburg, and I did not. Oh yeah, like I was like, but like I have to like not party freely. No, that's not going to work for me. I need to party. And so I'm not going to do that.
Well, this is the way I judged it. So, I ran the 400 and then I watched the women's 400 hurdles. Okay. So not the men's, the women's 400 with obstacles in the way. And they were beating my best time by 10 seconds. It's the same distance and they're females filled with estrogen with 3.5 foot fucking wooden posts in their way, and they were eating me alive. There's no way in hell I'm competing with the men.
That women's race, the 1, 2, 3 were the 3 of the top 4 times ever. The woman who won the gold medal set the world record.
Yeah.
The woman who won the silver was the second fastest, and the woman who won the bronze was the 4th fastest of all time. That's amazing.
Yeah.
And the men's 400 was ridiculous. Men's 400 was ridiculous too.
Yeah. So there's nothing. There's no chance. I have zero opportunity left in my life to compete at a world class level in any athletic event.
We said that the track and field was off limits. All right, we said that. Hey, and by the way, our poll on Instagram, it was weirdly enough, it was 6 versus 9. 6 said yes, 9 said no.
You people are smart.
Yeah.
Those of you who said yes, you're not.
6 said yes, 9 said no. Do we have dumb listeners? Is that what you're saying?
Wait, you said no to
6,
like no, they would not be able to do it, or
no?
What was the question? Sorry.
Okay, so I worded it a little bit differently. Okay, I said, if you train properly, do you think you could have been or could be an Olympian? Yes or no? The results were 6 voted yes, 9 voted no.
No.
That's pretty open-ended, I guess, if you trained.
Well, I didn't realize that this was like right now with the original article.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. I did. Yeah, no. As of right now, no. But if I had trained in something specific when I was younger, yeah, maybe. I don't know what the sport would have been. There would have been, and a lot of it would have had to do with, like, I don't know, just somebody on the sidelines, like somebody's like cousin who was in town who happened to work for an athletic department at a college somewhere and like recruited me. Like, you know what you'd be really good at? And they'd have to convince me of it. Yeah, handball.
We got to get you in this Maryland handball club down in. Your parents need to drive you to Owings Mills every day for 4:00 practice. I'm sure that would have gone over really well in the Murrah household.
Yeah. I mean, it's not the
no more soccer or track, Andrew. It's handball from here on out. What do you think?
I have to drive you down to Little Italy and playing bocce. You're playing bocce religiously. Could you imagine something like that? No, I'm telling you, man. I think we need to look at curling.
I think
I kind of want to start a curling team.
We, as in us three.
Any group of us. It could be us three. It could be not us three. I'm just throwing it out there at this point. Actually, there's I think a place for Laurel. Yeah, I'm
cool with doing it, but I'm not under the notion that we're going to make the Olympic team at any point in our lives, because those, like Wes said, there are places in this country, we'll say like Wisconsin or Michigan or Montana, or where it's frozen half the year, and this is just what they do for fun. They literally just go out in their backyard and roll rocks through the frozen tundra. Like, you know what I mean? Like, like you think you're good at like shuffleboard, go to like a VFW on a Friday night and see how good you are at shuffleboard.
That's a good point.
That's where I got good at shuffleboard, was at a fucking Dewey Loman, sir. So yeah, don't you test me. But yeah, man, I don't know. The fucking last Winter Olympics, the fucking group of fucking dad bros that was the U.S. men's curling team was like between the ages of like 32 and 42. So they did not fucking pick up curling at fucking 6 years old, and they haven't been going to the rink at 4:30 a.m. in their toddler years, in their teen years, curling. They were like, bro, found a curling program at the local ice rink. Let's go fucking do it. And then they got good at it. I think we could get good at it, is all I'm saying.
I'm down to try. I think I'd be a hell of a sweeper. I got that fast twitch muscle fiber. In Wes, you know, fucking snot would be flying out of my fucking nose trying to fucking sweep up whatever it is you're supposed to sweep up.
And Al and I
feel really good about like that whole crouched slide, let go of the fucking rock thing.
Right.
I feel real good about that.
And Alan and I both have good pipes. We could be like, left, hold, now.
Yeah, we'll be fucking so good at this. I think.
Yeah,
this is like right in our wheelhouse.
Yeah.
Plus, we can get all sauced up. I don't think alcohol's off the fucking Olympic registry, so we can get a little saucy. You know what I mean? We'd be the bad boys of curling.
Yeah,
you know.
I like
I just like the fact walk in like introductions with fucking mixed drinks.
Where's the next Winter Olympics? Beijing next winter. I like the fact that us three could be walking in with figure skaters and skiers and real world class athletes, and we're marching in United States of America gear, just waving to the crowd. Hello, everybody. I'm not Bob Cathcart. I'm Alan Giannis, Olympian.
It'd be like regional shuffleboard champions. Fucking, they're gonna read our credentials like those guys at fucking Wing Bowl.
Hell yeah. All right, here we come. Beijing coming at you. I don't know where 2026 is, but fuck it. We don't have to think ahead that far. We can. I mean, curling
then we get to go to China.
Curling lends itself to being kind of an old man sport. It's kind of golf flair to it, where you can still be good into your 40s, into our middle age, as that asshole that caught us.
They get like standard issue fucking sweatsuits. Like what other of the sports get sweatsuits and then goes and performs their sport in the sweatsuit? You know what I mean? Like it's just the curling team. Like everybody else is like, oh, look at this nice warm up. I'm going to take it off and get into this athletic piece of equipment. They probably like a swimmer has this fucking dolphin skin that they paid like $1 million for, and they wedge themselves into it, and then they perform. And then these guys, they're like, check it out. We get to wear sweatpants on national television for the next week. Let's fucking do it.
Yes. Let's beat the Swedes.
I'll only do it under the prospect that Wes gets so pissed off that he picks up a 16-pound piece of granite and throws it fucking 3 feet.
Just cracks the rink
in a fit of rage.
And then just roars until his vocal cords explode.
And I walk off, and all you hear is my cleats going across the fucking concrete. Go to the bar. Fuck you. Shit. Our next story comes out of Chi-Town, Windy City. A Chicago man battered an off-duty Chicago Police Department officer and bit the nipple off of the cop's buddy during a road rage incident Sunday night on Lakeshore Drive, prosecutors said. Kyle Clark, 35, also had a gun in his car, according to the allegations, but you're probably more interested in hearing about the nipple. I am, too. Prosecutor said the off-duty cop and the other victim, both 38-year-old men, were heading north when a black Volkswagen Jetta sideswept him near Jackson Street around 11:40. The men pulled up next to the Jetta, ordered Clark to pull over so they could file a crash report, and the off-duty cop identified himself as a Chicago police officer, prosecutor said. So Clark got pissed off, came out, punched one, then bit the nipple off of his buddy. Man, do you think that's specified? Do you think that was targeted, or is that just where his mouth landed?
Yep,
happened to be
exactly it.
Yeah, the latter.
Yep. Yeah. Nah, like they were like somebody's fucking like heel of their hand was on somebody's face, like somebody was getting fucking mushed.
All right. Go ahead. You were saying?
Yeah, it was like somebody was getting mushed. There was a struggle, and one man's man boob rubbed up against this person's mouth, and that person was like, "Oh well, gonk!" Just fucking opportunity. A nipple accidentally landed in this person's mouth, and this person was like, "I am fucking removing it from your body with my teeth." Yeah, and that's what happened.
Damn.
Total fucking luck of the draw.
Prosecutor, they said Clark has been convicted 3 times of aggravated battery of peace officers, twice in 2012, once in 2006. It doesn't go on to say anything about it's got his bail. It doesn't say much about the victim. If you get your nipple ripped off, your nipple doesn't grow back, right? That's not, you aren't, it's not like a sea urchin's leg or a crab's claw or something, right?
I do not believe so.
Okay.
So like, I see what you're saying, and I'm not being funny here, but so is a nipple like an appendage of some kind? Like, what would you consider a nipple? Like a female nipple, I guess it's attached to a gland, but the male nipple, it's just like an accoutrement, It's just like a showpiece. So, I mean, yeah, I mean, obviously appendages don't grow back. So I guess nipples obviously don't grow back. I mean, but if you butt a chunk of your skin, does the skin grow back? Like if it wasn't the nipple, if it was the area of skin like around the nipple, would the area of skin grow back, or would you have to have that grafted as well?
The amazing world of Google here. I typed in, if you lose your nipple, will it grow back? Small injuries can occur. With proper care, they will grow back. However, if a nipple is completely damaged or removed from the body, it won't grow back. Now, I haven't seen what will grow back. I don't think it's the same type of skin.
I was gonna say it's probably that's definitely a totally different like cell type. So like once it made it the first time, it was like, well, yeah, we don't make that continuously. You know what I mean? We don't got the blueprint for nipple cells anymore. Those are filed away with the county. We'd have to go through a long process to get them back. You just get some skin.
Yeah. And as far as targeting the nipple, I would say if he was shirtless, I would say the nipple was targeted. But if the guy was wearing a shirt, then I would say it was just kind of luck of the draw. Mouth was in place. I'm going to take a bite. Sorry about your luck.
Cheerios.
See you later. But man, being a biter, just a biter in a fight, there's no dignity in being a biter, man.
Nah, but I mean, if you're getting fucking worked over,
yeah,
you might need to bite somebody.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I think, there's like a level of honor in a street fight, and then there is not.
And the weird thing about this is that there's the answer to my question, my inquiry on the Google machine about what happens when you lose your nipple. But there's no images to show, such as a bike or skateboarding accident, or someone who just slid chest first on gravel for an odd amount of time and lost a nipple. A lot of it has to do with surgical stuff, such as breast cancer and things like that. And weirdly enough, they have nipple reconstruction, which
I was going to say that makes sense because there's like a tattoo guy that just like does nipples.
Oh, yeah, really? He's like either in Baltimore or Annapolis. I think he's in Annapolis,
somewhere in Maryland. Yeah,
okay. And he gives like he does free nipples for like chicks who've had mastectomies and they get their boobs redone, and then he comes in, he's like, come on in, give me some fresh skin, I'll give you a nipple.
Yeah, he's like the premier realistic nipple tattoo artist in the world.
Nice. I should get a third one right in the middle of my chest.
Well, what I was going to ask though is if since they can't regrow your nipple, like if I lost an eye and I had to wear a glass eye, I'd probably just get really cool glass eyes, like the guy in Last Action Hero, or like what Dan Crenshaw does, the Republican guy, the ex-Navy SEAL. He has like fake glass eyes that just look cool. Like, would you replace your nipple with a nipple, or would you replace your nipple with something cool?
Like
what's something cool? Give me
so it's an example of something cool, please.
Like a basketball hoop that you could
like a tiny basketball hoop.
Some sort of bar game. Murr, give us the example of something cool.
It's like a tiny Nerf bullseye.
Yeah,
give people like a little Nerf handgun. It's like a game.
Sorry, you guys like cut out for just a second there. I don't know, like a tic-tac-toe board or something, like
a nipple-sized tic-tac-toe board.
I mean, you don't have anything there, and you'd always start with and you're always circles, and circles always in the middle.
Wow, that's not a bad idea. They set his bail at $100,000 and hooked him up to a low jack. So you think that's think that's a low punishment for right now?
Well,
yeah, that's
that's he's had some some priors. I think that should probably played into it. And I mean, he bit a man's nipple off. I feel like it should be a little higher.
Agreed. Just because the nipple's gone, it should be higher. I mean, so wait, the guy gets to roam free, and he's never paying the $100,000. So that's like, you might as well make it $1 billion. You ain't seeing that money ever.
Yeah, that's probably a problem. I mean, he has to post bail though, so we don't know that he did.
Yeah,
he has the opportunity to. So
who knows? Who knows what the nipple biting? God, man, I can't imagine. I've seen movies where guys are getting, like the guy got his ear cut off in Reservoir Dogs. There's been a couple of like biting scenes, like guys biting the tip of the nose off, things like that. But man, can you imagine getting a little bit of a scuffle and just happen to get clomped down and just, ugh.
Nah.
Yeah, because you look like a bitch after that happens, because you dance around like flapping your fingers up and down. Like,
you definitely screamed in a high pitched tone.
Yeah.
You don't make manly sounds when your nipple gets removed from your body.
No. You just hope it's still there. You're asking your friend, "Hey man, does it still look straight? Still look good?"
I scraped it on like a door frame before and been like, "Oh my god, my chest is gonna fall off."
We aren't doctors, but we'd love to take a look at some more of the middle class holes.
I was getting into some of that Field of Dreams game. Did you guys catch any of that tonight?
No, I mean I knew of it, but I did not see any.
Nope. Yeah, no, I didn't. I wanted to at least see like the introductions and see them. I knew they were gonna walk out of the cornfield, but yeah, I did. I'm gonna check it out on the old YouTube a little bit later.
Nope, Wes, I'm not American. I don't indulge in things like that. That's what you two just said to me. Neat. No, the weird thing so I've been there. I've been to Dyersville. I've been to the Field of Dreams. Took batting practice. Coerced my mom into taking pictures of me walking out through the cornfields and catching fly balls on the warning track, things like that. Like an 11-year-old really needs to die. I was trying to get my mom to send a couple of pictures in, but couldn't get a hold of her today. The thing I didn't realize is that they built a field separate from the actual field where the field it was filmed on. Did you guys catch that?
No, I thought it was the same thing. I thought it just kept getting enhanced over the years.
No, they not too far away. So between you had the original field where it was filmed, and then up the left field portion of it is the cornfield maze that they cut out, and then they just carved out another major league size field similar to that. That was better aligned with like power and sight lines and things like that. I didn't realize it until tonight, until I was watching it.
Well, then here's my question. Was the movie, obviously loosely based on a true story, or was it just a movie and then it became something else?
Yeah, there was nothing about that movie that's based off of anything. No.
I mean, did a guy out in Iowa actually like build a field?
No, they built that for the movie.
And so, okay, but that actually makes it a better story.
I think it's loosely based off of a novel.
Okay. Well,
But
this
I could be
actually,
wrong. But then
no,
there is the Moonlight Graham. There was a Moonlight Graham that pinch hit once in a game who went on to be a doctor. But he didn't meet up with the guy who built the field in Dyersville, Iowa.
I just mean, was there some lunatic who decided to build a baseball field on part of his, like in a cornfield that he had, and just because he loved baseball? Is any of that? Is there an inkling? Is there even a 1% truth to any of Field of Dreams, or was it all completely made up?
Yeah, no, there wasn't a schizophrenic who was hearing voices as he was
motherfucker
doing yard work.
I'm trying
bullshit.
I'm trying to help you realize your dream of Americana and baseball, and you're just shitting all over us. I'm just asking the goddamn question because it's actually rather fascinating that something like a movie, which is what America does best because we manufacture nothing but entertainment anymore, that something like that grabbed the imagination and the American spirit so hard that someone actually was inspired by this piece of cinematic beauty, and now it has come full circle to where it is now a major league event, which is the essence of American nostalgia.
No, and none of that is based off a true
Hold on.
I think the movie is based, and I think they base it off of a novel. I could be wrong about that, but the field was carved out for the movie. Had nothing to do with based off of semi nonfiction or anything like that. No,
I missed a word. I wanted to finish that with cocksucker, but thank you.
Nice.
How dare you call Kevin Costner that? That's so rude.
No,
So
but
rude.
I know when I learned that they were doing this, and is this the first time I thought they've done something like this before. Is it now that they're pushing it to be like a more of a annual event?
The only thing similar to this is they've had a few games in Puerto Rico. The Marlins played some games down there to try to attract, to broaden the Major League Baseball outreach that away. And I think they've played a couple games in Mexico, like Guadalajara, but nothing like this. No.
Okay. Well, no, but the fact that they're doing this, I don't know. I mean, with two franchises as storied as the White Sox and the Yankees, I mean, I don't know. It might get people to try to. What I love about the NHL is every year that first game that they do, that's like the outdoor game that they set up, like, either they try to do it on a pond or they just like completely like take over somebody's land and say, we're going to pay you a shit ton of money and we're going to freeze a giant surface and bring thousands of people in to trample your property. Like, no, it gives it something. It lets you know, like, these are recreational events and we shouldn't take them seriously, But in not taking them seriously, I feel like we take them more seriously. Like to see like a baseball game taking place in the middle of a cornfield. What's more American than that?
Yeah. Yeah. And you talk about that. I think some of the more impressive what do they call those? The something classic. The ice hockey ones. It's something classic, and I don't remember the name. But the Red Wings and the Maple Leafs played at the Big House, where Michigan football is hosted, to the tune of like 109,000 people. That's fucking wild. They've done it at Fenway Park, Wrigley Field, up and down the East Coast, and a few other places. And then, yes, they did it at a pond recently. I did see a pretty cool meme on social media. It's one of the few times in the day that social media really cracks me up, where they said next year they do it at the Sandlot field where the Sandlot was filmed. What do you think?
Why not?
I don't know where the Sandlot was filmed, but you could recreate that somewhere, right?
Yeah, they would just simply recreate it, and that
have
I don't know.
Have a giant dog in center field that catches home runs. We just build like a plastic one, like a Jaws type thing.
But that is why I was a little disappointed when it wasn't actually based in some semblance of reality. Didn't mean some schizophrenic farmer heard a voice in his head and built a baseball field, but it was just like, fuck it. The crop sucks this year. Let's do something fun and let's just build a baseball field. Why not? We'll have the local kids come down to play their ball games here. And then it turned into this. That would have been, equally as amazing to see it turn into a Major League Baseball park in the middle of a cornfield.
Yeah, the same voices told him to kidnap James Earl Jones.
Damn it, Wes.
Kidnap.
You're such a motherfucker.
Kidnap the voice of Vader. Take him to Boston. Oh, speaking of schizophrenia, you might have to find a few schizophrenics or people with some screw looses to do this. So now NASA, and how NASA's involved in this, I don't know, because we've been on one about the millionaires, or the billionaires rather, who want to get to Mars. Wants to find your inner Matt Damon and spend a year pretending you are isolated on Mars. NASA has the job for you. That's if you want to do that. To prepare for the eventual sending of astronauts to Mars, NASA began taking applications on Friday for 4 people to live on Mars Dune Alpha. That's a 17. This is almost like Biodome, 1,700 square foot Martian habitat created by a 3D printer inside the building in the Johnson Space Center in Houston. The paid volunteers will work in simulated Martian exploration missions, complete with spacewalks, limited communication back home, restricted food and resources, as well as equipment failure. So, yeah, they want 4, individuals to live in 1,700 feet for a year. Wow. It doesn't mean, am I shocked? No, but what why wouldn't bums do this? Why wouldn't people down in their dumps just be like, yep, this is for me. Got it. Why, or what, better yet, why are they taking volunteers? Why don't they just have astronauts do this?
Well, they want astronauts to do it, but they want to make sure they can do it first. And they want to make sure that all these guys that they have spent thousands upon hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars, getting them ready because they're going to go up and hang out on the space station before they go to Mars. Okay. So, yeah, they don't want to waste all their money on the sanity of the people that they're trying to train for this. They want to make sure that they get all the, the kinks worked out with fucking noob morons before they send it to the professionals.
Yeah. Now that makes perfect sense. I agree with Mark.
Okay. So hold on. The application process on Friday opened on Friday, and they're not seeking just anybody. The requirements are strict, including a master's degree in science, engineering, or math, as well as pilot experience. Okay, so my whole bum thing is starting out the door relatively quickly.
I was gonna say there's got to be like a bar. You're not just like, yeah, come on in, whoever. We're just 4 people. We're gonna stick you in the fucking desert.
Pauly Shore, Billy Baldwin, hell yeah. Line up.
Make it a filter.
Well, here's the question though: should they get 2 guys and 2 gals? Could they make a reality show out of this? Maybe to earn a couple extra dollars in between. I mean, do you want sexual tension on the island? I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, how long? So wait, what's the time frame again?
I mean, it just says a year. It doesn't say when.
Oh,
And it's 1,700 square feet. So about the size of a 3-bedroom home ish.
okay.
Yeah. It's almost like Big Brother, kind of.
But okay, but when we send people to Mars, I mean, realistically, are they coming back? Like the first ones to go, are they coming back? Are they dying there?
I mean, at
Yeah,
least not, no, I don't think they're. I don't think they send them with the expectation that they're dying, but they're not coming back for at least 3 years. I would say
Okay.
maybe a little more because doesn't Mars and Earth only meet up like every year and a half or 2 years?
Yeah, it's like 2 years.
So I would say 4 years. They're not coming back within 4 years.
Oof. Okay. I mean, even that's pretty rough, but that's 4 years. That's 4 years if everything goes right.
True.
And then after that, it's like that's 6 years if everything goes right.
Yeah. I mean, now you guys have kind of talked me into this. Like, I mean, again, I'm not saying that these experiments shock me. What I'm saying is that maybe I'm just kind of floored at how they're coming to fruition. And they're looking for 4 people who have a master's degree in 3 very specific disciplines, along with pilot experience. To, hey guys, 1,700 feet for a year, cool. And they haven't. Applicants have to be also between 30 and 55 in good physical health, no dietary issues, and not prone to motion sickness. So really cutting it down. But this kind of makes it a little bit more believable. Mars is upon us.
Mars is upon us. I mean, the Elon's getting his full rocket setup ready to launch. He's got dude, the biggest fucking projectile ever to leave fucking Earth is getting ready to go up, man. That thing that you thought was fake, Wes.
Yeah.
That's on top of, imagine 3 of those and then that thing on top of that. That's what it looks like. It's fucking amazing. And they're gonna launch that bitch. And then, they're going to land it on the moon, and then we're going to Mars. So we've got 2 years before they're fucking going to Mars. Or I'm sorry, 2 years before they go to the moon. I think 6 years before they go to Mars.
Well, what's this? I mean, are they going to try to make a reality show out of this?
You might as well. Why not?
Yeah, I mean, I'd watch it.
Not only would I watch it, but I know that Joe Public is stupid. But every now and again, if everybody's got eyeballs on it, at least the people who care to watch it, we might have some suggestions that these stuffy scientists didn't think of. You know, it's like kind of like when you're like you're screaming at a football game, like okay, like the Seahawks, you're on the 1, run the fucking ball, run it, stuff it in, and they throw it. You deserve to lose the game. So if you had everybody at home like heckling these scientists, telling them what they should do, maybe there'll be a few good comments on like, I mean, because this is life or death, man. Like, it ain't no joke. Like maybe on Earth when you're doing like a pretend Mars mission, it is kind of a joke. But that's where you try to fix things because they already said they're going to throw in like system failures and things like that, and try to trip them up. But yeah, like once they're out of town, man, you better be prepared for everything because God damn, you can't do anything about it once you're gone.
Well, why do they have to make these like smart people? You know, if you're going to make it
because it needs to be realistic.
Yeah, but if you're going to make it a reality show, make it some schmucks.
Well, then, yeah. Then I want bums. Yes. Yeah. Then I want street people and see if they can live on fucking Mars.
Right. Grow a potato. I think it could work. My opinion.
Maybe one homeless person.
Right. Yeah. Someone to throw in I guess that's why Biodome. I hate to go back to that, but I guess that's why it's so funny. There were 4 or 5 scientists on there. And, Pauly Shore was able to lend some kind of Joe Blogs answers to their conundrums.
Well, yeah, like Tyrone Biggums from Chappelle Show, you think he ain't got no food? Oh, watch this. Just don't shower for 3 or 4 days and wait for the lice to pile up. You
Yeah, no, he's got a point. Tyrone is probably a great example of just straight common sense. It's like when Rhonda accuses him of being asleep in her stolen car, high on crack, and he was like, "How can I be asleep, Rhonda, if I'm high on crack?" Makes perfect sense.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Stop bugging me, Rhonda. We'll see. Well, they didn't give a time frame on it, but it looks like they're accepting applications. So anyone who has a master's degree in, was it engineering, mathematics, missing one of the other
hard science, I'm sure.
Hard science, as well as some pilot experience, and you're between the ages of 30 and 55 with good physical health and don't suffer from motion sickness. And I'm sure that's probably a good chunk of our listeners. Of course, 2 in 5 people think they could be an Olympian. I'm sure that there's a lot of people that be like, yeah, I could a year in Houston. Hell yeah.
I mean, I'd venture to guess that at least 90% of our listeners have a master's degree.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, the pool's pretty heavy.
Well, here's the thing, though. Here's why I don't trust anybody who applies for this, though, because you'd either have to be single, right, in order to want to do something like this, or if you have a family, you'd be willing to leave them for this amount of time to do something like this. So if you're between the ages of 30 and 55 and you don't have a significant other, there's probably something psychologically wrong with you. And if you're willing to leave your family behind for that amount of time, there's probably something psychologically wrong with you. So there's almost like there's no one that's actually qualified to perform this.
Yeah. Come to think of it, there was a brief period not too long ago where I almost accepted a year-long contract up in Jersey City, a place where me and my girlfriend wouldn't have been separated by much more than a handful of hours of driving. And that it still was like, I don't think I could do that. I think that would rip us apart. I'm sticking around here. I ain't taking that contract. Not closed in some hatched fucking 1,700 square foot bubble with potatoes and carrots growing.
Yeah, that'd be rough.
Mm-hmm.
But, I don't think we're the guys they're shooting for. So.
You guys were women? Yeah. Wait, you have master's degree? No. Get out of here. See you later. Nope. Sayonara. Oh, let's talk.
Nope, but I know how to spot the bad guy in this fake Mars scenario. So don't you worry. I'll keep an eye out for Timothy Oliphant.
Got a keen eye for particulars.
Yeah.
Shifting our focus to something we may know a little bit more about. All right. Boston, Massachusetts, the Boston Beer Company, and PepsiCo announces plans for a new alcoholic Mountain Dew. We've talked about mixing Mountain Dew with various booze substances. Collaboration called Hard Mountain Dew is expected to hit the shelves in early 2022. Boston Beer will develop and produce a drink while Pepsi creates new entity to sell, deliver, and market the beverage. Adults of legal drinking age can enjoy bold flavors of original Mountain Dew, black cherry, and watermelon Mountain Dew with an alcoholic twist with zero sugar. New flavored malt beverage will contain about 5% alcohol by volume. I thought they've done this before. I thought there's been Mountain Dew. Am I thinking of Four Loko? Am I thinking of something else?
It's a very large leap.
Yeah, I don't think they've ever done anything like this before. I don't know. This is just, hey, look, this is asking for trouble. Okay. Like, this is bad.
You say it's asking for trouble, but I feel like Mountain Dew's number one clientele have been mixing their Mountain Dew with random alcoholic beverages for decades.
I mean, you're not wrong. I don't know. I fear this specific beverage adds directly to like an increase in domestic violence. I just think this is like, I don't know. This is like the Newport cigarettes for the tradesmen of the United States. You know what I mean? Like, this is just bad news bears. Like,
okay. Okay.
This is probably affecting a certain population more so than any other population.
Societally speaking, yes, Alan, you're 100% right. From a business standpoint, though,
Well,
see, Coca-Cola, they're like the Disney of the beverage world. They can't do this. They lose all their, well, in fact, they'd lose their contract with Disney and all these other providers out there. But Pepsi is the Burger King to McDonald's. Pepsi is the weirdo fucking king mascot to McDonald's Ronald McDonald. It's the wholesome to the crazy uncle. So Pepsi being the crazy uncle, they can start adding fucking moonshine to Mountain Dew, and they can, I'm not saying they'll overtake Coca-Cola, but they will fucking put a dent in their fucking portfolio by doing something like this. And obviously with even me drinking White Claws now, like it's the rage. Bud Light, Budweiser, they got into the seltzers. Why? Because they sell. So if you've got an established product, Mountain Dew probably being Pepsi's #1 selling brand right now, and you start adding booze to it, that's somebody's fucking retiring with their golden parachute tomorrow as soon as this motherfucker's launched.
yeah, I mean, that's fair. I think you've got like a lot of young gamers too that you're really cornering the market here. Like you're getting a lot of fucking like pink-haired Fortnite fucking influencers just really going at it with, you know, these new flavors. So yeah, no, I think you're right. I mean, this is a marketing fucking goldmine. We're not wrong there. I'm just saying that this is probably going to have ramifications on, you know, humans.
Boston Beer CEO Dave Berwick says we know adult drinkers' tastes are evolving and they're looking for new and exciting, flavorful beverages.
What he means there is that he knows that children have grown up to legal drinking age now, and he thinks that children would like to drink this now that they're adults.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy Mountain Dew as much as the next person, especially people our age. I mean, you hate it? Oh, well, okay.
Fuck it off.
No, I'm just saying that I've seen the people who enjoyed the Mountain Dew, like the guy I was talking about in the Wawa line who had to dig change out of his wallet because he had to get fucking 6 of them at fucking retail price instead of just going to the grocery store and buying them at half the price that he was paying for there. That guy loves Mountain Dew more than you will ever love Mountain Dew.
Like I've definitely worked, like I've had a couple jobs where I was like a helper on a truck. You know what I mean? Like, and there was always that one driver who like somehow did physical labor in 100-degree heat and only sustained himself on fucking Mountain Dew. You know what I mean? Like there was one guy who literally like he had the large plastic cup for like every fast food or every like gas station convenience store in the area, 7-Eleven, Wawa, fucking Sheets. And he'd make sure like, so he'd get his like 50 cents off a fill up. And like my man just drank Coca-Cola and just sweated sugar on 100-degree. I was just like, how, like, you're like 45, bro. And you're doing, I was 21 and I need water. I'm dying. And so that, I mean, there's a portion of the population that's made for this. I think
you should hit him up and tell him that NASA's looking for people to live in a 1,700-foot thing for a year.
I mean, that's probably the guy who would make it.
He would survive, bro.
He'd die of withdrawal.
Yeah, well,
or that, yeah.
We need to grow this stuff. I also like that said, despite alcohol consumption increasing during the coronavirus lockdown, the beer business has been struggling. The United States overall beer volume declined 2.8%, even with the total alcohol consumption increasing to its highest rate in nearly 2 decades, according to India's industry tracker IWSR. How does that make sense?
Well, you said beer went down, right? Beer consumption.
See, despite alcohol consumption oh yeah, okay. So people just went to
exactly. So right. Fucking Murr stopped drinking beers and went to White Claws. Alcohol consumption up, beer consumption down.
Gotcha. Okay.
Like We went to the pool and I had some White Claws or something, and there were some Trulies, and you were like, "What's going on there?" And I was like, "Girl, it's hot out here."
I don't remember you calling me girl.
I mean, I definitely did.
So we have hard zero, Mountain Dew hard zero, Mountain Dew hard black cherry, and Mountain Dew hard watermelon that are coming up. The Mountain Dew has the original Mountain Dew has a bald eagle kind of like coming at you. The black cherry is a grizzly bear, and the watermelon looks to be a rattlesnake. Murr, I feel like they're stealing from our flow cakes ad campaign. Do you feel like you want to file a lawsuit of some sort?
Nah, they're stealing from America, man. Those are some. Those are
Actually,
some.
you want to
American.
see these? Have you seen them?
No, I haven't seen them.
Hold on. Let me see. Yeah, there we go. Right here.
Oh, well.
Looks
I
like
was hoping
they
they.
designed someone in the MMA community.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're. Alan is 100%. They're going for the Four Loco community, and Alan. No, you're right.
It's the whole like. I just don't. I think the names are less creative than I wanted them to be. You know what I mean? Like all the fucking, like all the regular Mountain Dews are like voltage and shit. Like you know. I was really hoping for like a rent stew raspberry or something. You know what I mean? Like it's just fucking real. Just target it. It's a target. This is a targeted product.
Yeah,
we're going for a demographic here. Like just get after it.
I was hoping there would be like a guy with a mullet and a wife beater with like a wrench in his hand, like riding on the back of the grizzly bear. That's what would sell those motherfuckers. You got to see yourself in the product.
What I was thinking was it used to be called Mountain Dew Amped. Remember those? They sold them for a short period of time, and
the energy drink.
That's right. And I was drinking those when I was waiting tables after I'd gotten out of college, and I was drinking them because I was monumentally hungover most of the time, and then going to wait tables, and I needed something to get me out of my funk. They stopped selling them, and I can only imagine because they weren't good for your heart or your brain or both. And I don't know. I just hope that anything under consuming 1,000 of those just is okay. That I'm still in a good landing spot.
You'll be all right. You'll bounce back.
As I crack a hoity-toity IPA from Checker Spots.
I used to I think was it Rockstar? It might have been. There was one of them that made like a lemonade one at some point in time, and it was like geared kind of towards hangovers. Okay. And I just remember, like, I worked for Pepsi, and I was a merchandiser. So literally, I was just a glorified stock boy. Like, I was just Pepsi's personal stock boy that ran to grocery stores and stocked shelves. And fucking, which required like pulling pallets of 30 packs out to the sales floor or something like that. So it was a little bit of physical labor. So I definitely remember vividly going into one of my Safeways and like ripping open what is definitely their product and like shotgunning 4 of those hungover as piss at like 3:30 in the morning, and then being like, all right, time to walk these fucking hand walk on this hand truck, this fucking 6-foot pallet of 30 packs out to the sales floor. Let's get it going. Just sweating booze. It was good times. Only at like 21, 22 could I have possibly accomplished that.
Yeah, you're lucky your fucking heart just didn't blow up like Jason's in that one Jason from like the early 2000s. I don't even remember. It's like Jason X or something.
Yeah, it was just rolling around looking like a bum too. Like they didn't even care. Like they don't care what merchandisers wear. I was just wearing like band t-shirts and cargo shorts and fucking nice. rolling around stocking shelves. People be like, "Who are you?" I'll be like, "I'm a Pepsi guy." Peace.
Yeah, I'm gonna say at 3:30 in the morning. They're not really concerned with your wardrobe, especially when you're all high on God knows what.
Well, all definitely still hammered because I stopped drinking like an hour and a half ago.
Right.
I probably just drove out here and passed out in the parking lot of the Walmart before I had to come in and fucking rip open fucking 20-ounce bottles and stock the shelves at the cash registers.
I get like 45 minutes in. Take a nap here.
That job was fucking brutal, bro.
Yeah. Ugh. All right, Mr. Murr. I think you know what time it is.
That's right, my friends. It is officially time for 5 fun facts for you fuckers on a Friday, being brought to you, of course, by the Shin Splints Recovery Group. In fact, I ran into the founder of the Shin Splints Recovery Group just this past weekend, and I told him I had a little bit of pain below the knee and above the ankle, and he actually reached down, Mr. Miyagi style, and massaged the front of my shins. And I got to tell you, they feel better than they've felt in years. So if you need some advice on how to fix your shin splints, head on over to the Shin Splints Recovery Group on Facebook. Let's get to it. Your 5 fun facts for your Fun Fact Friday. Did you know The Lion King was mostly created by first-time animators? Many of Disney's senior animators had zero faith in the project. They said, quote, "The story wasn't very good," and quote, "I don't know who's going to watch this one." And they chose to work on Pocahontas instead. Suckers.
Well, it's not as if Pocahontas was a complete flop. It doesn't rank in the annals of Lion King. But
I don't have a fucking Pocahontas t-shirt in my closet, but I fucking have a Lion King one.
Do you have an Aladdin t-shirt?
No, but I would.
Okay. All right. I'm just trying to see where you. I guess okay. My first question is: do the animators have to read these stories and then agree or disagree to be on board with them?
Apparently so.
Yeah. Okay.
They read the project and they're like, "Yeah, fuck that one." And by the way, Wes, give me one bar from any song from The Lion King. Hakuna Matata.
Right.
Timon and Pumbaa.
Okay, yeah, you could even name characters. Now name me any one thing from Pocahontas.
She confesses her love to John Smith. She says,
"There you go.
You have a very curvaceous Caucasian nose that looks like it was molded out of Caucasian mold." Right?
And that should give you a very brief description in the disparity in the box office numbers.
She was like, "It looks like you've run out of resources on your continent. Now you're here."
Yes. You're to give me smallpox or herpes or both.
The trail is full of tears, John Smith, and I don't know why.
I don't know what small.
I didn't. What'd you say?
I don't know what smallpox is, but I'm going to go with both.
Yes. Did not know that. Well, congratulations for these people. Hopefully they brought them on for another project. I'm assuming they employed them. Just this wasn't a one or done, right?
Hopefully their children ridiculed them for not working on the line.
How could you be so stupid?
Idiot. Pocahontas sucked.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, Wes, you had The Lion King. Mm-hmm. It was so successful that they did Lion King 1.5. Then they went on to do, a really shitty Lion King 2. But then they did, there's The Lion Guard, which is like a Disney series starring the son of Simba. And then what else? Then they redid The Lion King with that crazy ass animation where the animals actually look real. So yeah,
like within the last year or ish, right?
Yeah, 5 years maybe, but yeah.
And what wasn't James Earl Jones a voice in this?
He was the voice of Mustafa.
That's right,
Mufasa.
That's the schizophrenic guy in Iowa. I had to go get him as well.
That's right.
Track down the voice of the dad in the Lion King.
Did you know vampire bats take care of their neighbors? If a bat in the colony can't find food, a well-fed bat will regurgitate blood into its mouth to keep it alive. And they're the only bat species in the world that will adopt a young bat if something happens to its mother.
That's so fucking metal. That's all I gotta say about it.
Very Rob Danzig of these bats.
Just so fucking metal.
It's Glenn Danzig, by the way.
Yeah.
It's actually Glenn Danzig, not Zing.
Yeah, also true.
Glenn Zombie of these people. So So Glenn Zombie. No, Christ. So they regurgitate blood from malnourished bats that are nearby, and if something happens to its mother, they will take care of them.
Yeah.
Takes a village. Takes a village of bats or people, wherever you're from. I don't know.
Well, I think it's bats get a bad rap, you know? They're just like they got that like Halloween stigma, and then fucking Dracula, you know. They seem like upstanding animals besides their potential for deadly fucking virus spreading.
Yeah.
Good point. Yes, good point. Yeah, very good point in the age of COVID. I just thinking about this, like, you know, I don't know why, but instantly the image came into my mind. Like I was kind of hungry, and like this vampire bat's like, oh, well, come here. Like, I'm good. No. I got extra. Like, nah, fine. Here's
the problem is like it's only weird because it's bats and it's blood. Every single fucking bird does this. Like that's what they do. It's
not blood though.
Mealworms and not blood. Yeah.
They barf up the food that they've eaten.
Yeah, so like I said, the only weird things about this are that it's bats and it's blood.
That's a good point.
It's basically the exact same mechanism as every flighted animal on the planet.
I said, but just try to justify like they're just barfing up food.
But here's the thing that like birds, I don't think birds have like digestive acids like everybody else. Like, yes, it's still just blood, which is still freaking me out. But yeah, like Wes, all it is like they're really just chewing up the food and spitting it into the other one's mouth. Like that's not as disgusting as regurgitating blood.
Well, they're bats. They eat blood.
Yeah, like it's the exact same mechanism. It's just that the optics of it, because bats are icky and blood is icky, and we're like, oh, that's fucking awful. But really, what it is a living organism assisting another living organism sustain life. So I guess like I try to dial it back and be like, oh, it's not icky, it's life.
And kudos, and kudos to the camaraderie of these people. Most other species would say like, well, you're dying? Fuck you. More for me. I don't have to compete with your jackass. Oh, your mom died? Too bad. Fuck you. You're gonna die now.
Oh, your mom died? Well, you're gonna die now too.
I'm gonna drink all this blood while you wither away.
Yeah,
Mr. Burns style.
I guess it's better than like bears who are like, oh, your mom died? Cool, I'm gonna kill you. and like and wolves too. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like wolves too. Oh, you're some other wolf's pup. Yeah, you're a dead man. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna kill you.
Well, I hope both of you still feel this compassion when a bat flies into your house and you fucking find the fastest tennis racket you can and you beat the shit out of it.
I've done that.
I know.
Right. Oh, you're familiar. I don't. Yeah. Yes. I hit a bat with a tennis racket, an old school Jimmy Connor style one with the wooden frame too, and the fucker's head like went through the middle, and his eyes were bulging out. And it was a full on a two-handed forehand. So just to get a frame of reference of more of a Frank Robinson style bat swinging,
100 mile per hour plus swing speed.
Yeah, as much as my 11-year-old body could muster up. But you ought to watch Manu Ginobili. Do you guys remember him? Shooting guard for the Spurs. He swatted one that got into the stadium with one hand and killed it. Just flying around, like, bam, yeah, and picks it up and hands it to some stadium.
Yeah, but wasn't Manu from like Transylvania? I don't think it counts.
Argentina, close.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, when you whack that bat with the tennis racket, did it spit blood in your mouth?
That's why I look so good, bro.
Did you know cats domesticated themselves? Anthropologists believe cats approached humans on their own back in 12,000 years ago. The first archaeological studies. Hold on. I'm not wearing my glasses. So the first agricultural societies stored food that attracted mice. The cats decreased the rodent population by eating them and a mutual relationship began. I just think the most fascinating sentence here is cats domesticated themselves. So translation, they choose to be around us, whereas we taught dogs to want to be around us, which is why cats are cocksuckers. They're only here because it's convenient.
Yeah. They're like, look, they're at the top of the food chain. Like, we can't kill them all, but if we just kind of work this out, we'll just have like steady food, and they'll probably worship us and like put us on t-shirts and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what they did. They played us. us.
We'll do.
I mean, I have a stern hatred for cats. I respect, but I don't like them because they're too smart. They knew they fucking their dicks.
You got to commend them, though. I mean, Christ, a couple figure eights within a human's legs. You're like, oh, look at this guy. Yeah, he just wants to be fed, loved, and cared for.
That's why, like, if I see a cat in someone's house, I'm like, "What's up, cat?" I talk to it like it's a person. Like, I'm like, "Hey, what's going on there, cat? I see you. I know that you're here and you're lurking. I don't fucking trust you. Get away from me." Like, I'm not a cat person personally.
They're the Trump of the animal community. They're just grifters, man. They're just working the grift.
I know, but I did not know that they. Okay, so no, I did not know that they chose to domesticate themselves. Now that you mentioned, but okay, so what are you saying, that there were too many rats and the cats were eating them, and then you're just like, hey, we're around each other. We ought to hang out. We ought to chill.
I think it's it. Okay, so humans had all this food, and then the rats came, and then the cats were like, hey, humans, you got a problem? I got a special set of skills. I'm going to fuck up these rats. You know what you're going to do about it? Nothing. And I'm going to hang out. Right. And you're not going to fuck with me. Got it? Deal? And then that's how it is. That's how it's been ever since.
And then eventually we had to buy some very special, I don't know what you call it, ground up, ground up areas for them to take shits in. And then they have to, that's the one thing. Growing up with cats all throughout my childhood, the one chore that I just could never get over was taking out the kitty litter. God damn it. Ugh, disgusting.
Don't they have a kitty litter robot now, though?
Does it for you? Yeah, it brushes it out. You all you have to do is actually dump out the sifted through kitty litter, the stuff that's already had the shit wiped out of it, and put new stuff in there once a week. Maybe once every 10 days if you're really lazy.
Hey, human, I need to shit somewhere, so go buy me something.
Right.
God,
right,
kitty.
like, those motherfuckers are smart enough to probably use, like, we've seen videos of cats using toilets, but they literally have bamboozled us into fucking shitting in a sandbox that you keep in, like, your kitchen. So also where you eat. Like, they were like, yeah, keep my fucking toilet near your refrigerator, you piece of shit, and empty it when it's fucking stinky. You fucking garbage creature. Like, God, I fucking hate them. I'm sorry.
I'm under the impression from the YouTube videos that I've watched, you have to train a cat to do that, to shit in the toilet. They don't instinctively just be like, oh, you're pooping there? Me too.
But it can be done.
Yeah, with training, just like any other pet. You know, my cousin had a dog that would retrieve beers out of the fridge.
You can't teach a dog to fucking shit on the toilet.
I don't care.
I don't care what kind of dog you get. No. They're too dumb.
But you can't train a cat to get you beers, like my cousin trained his white lab to get him beers.
If you got one of them fucking like lynx fucking domestic cat hybrids that could fit a can of beer in its mouth, yeah, you probably could.
And the cat doesn't care about your satisfaction, so it's not going to do it anyway.
Yeah. Like, the dog wants to get you a beer,
right,
so that you can pet it, like, because it's a fucking moron. The cat doesn't give a shit. You could die of fucking thirst, and it will eat your corpse in your apartment.
Face first, by the way.
Doesn't give a fuck.
Well, they domesticated themselves. All right.
Did you know lightning strikes 100 times per second worldwide? That's enough to light 8.6 million light bulbs for 3 months.
100 times per second worldwide. So how many times is that a day?
A lot.
Damn. Why can't we harness that? Why can't we capture some of that?
Well, we don't know where it's going to strike. So
Yeah.
that's one.
I think it's very dangerous. I think voltages and lightning are potentially lethal.
Right.
That's what I understand.
You can't bottle like a lightning strike, right? You can't if you were able to create some sort of funnel that we're able to like grab it, you can't. I mean, you can't get all that wattage out of it, right?
No. So I think you can. I think there are ways to do it. Like there would be like lightning rods and shit on roofs.
Well, actually,
that are attached.
For some reason, I do have some weird scientific knowledge on this. The only way to harness it is you have to have a device, and it's known as the flux capacitor. And it's the only device known to man that can harness the 1.21 gigawatts of electricity that it would take. But the problem is that it will actually zap you through the fabric of space-time. So not really convenient for anybody's purposes.
Gotcha. Because every neighborhood has a friendly Doc Brown around to explain this and help you out with this.
Yeah. No, but I thought about this because, like, you got to give Ben Franklin some credit here. He obviously saw an energy source that was just floating around the sky and was like, that's got to be something. That's got to be something. Obviously, it's energy. And to go outside with a kite. And by the way, I've heard the story, the real story, is apparently it was his kid who flew the kite. It wasn't him because he wasn't that dumb.
Mr. Wizard, remember Mr. Wizard used to have the kids in front of him?
Oh.
He would stand behind him.
Well, what kind of dick lets this kid? I think there's something to that shit in the sky. Johnny, why don't you fly this fucking kite? See what happens.
Yeah.
Did you know?
Oh, all right. Was it
Sorry?
12 times per second or 121 times per second?
100 times per second worldwide.
Whew. All right. I'll figure out what to do with that. Don't worry.
And finally, did you know caffeine withdrawal is officially a mental disorder, according to the American Psychiatric Association?
Yeah, I mean that's fair. Like you can literally watch fucking drug withdrawal happen to fucking Karen from accounting when she tries to stop drinking coffee for a week. Yeah. Like that's what people in fucking rehabs go through.
I'm giving it up for Lent.
Yeah. And then she gets the fucking DTs and can't hold a pen and fucking like, yeah. That's just like, yeah, that's a drug, Karen. It's not just a beverage.
Isn't it the second or third most addictive drug?
Number one
now. Is it more than tobacco and heroin?
Yeah, yes, because it takes longer to detox from caffeine than any of the other drugs. Like it takes a full 30 days to detox completely from caffeine. And what is it? No, but I mean, I heard somebody talking about like detoxing from caffeine. They put themselves through the process and all this, and they did a bunch of research about it, and they wrote a book. And they were talking about all the civilizations who found caffeine first. The Arabs were the first ones to find coffee and drink coffee. And the Arabs developed mathematics before anyone else. So, like, there's something to it. Like, you're on to something when you're on caffeine. The coffee break. Apparently, a bunch of chicks, they were working for, like, a textile mill. And, like, the manager was like, well, what can we do, guys? Production's down. Like, can we have a coffee break? Like, yes, you can. And production went straight up. Like, we've been on caffeine since we were kids. Like, I remember as a child, I was drinking Coca-Cola more than I was drinking water. I've been drinking caffeine my entire life. Most Americans have. They don't realize like how effective caffeine is because it's in our bloodstream steadily 24 hours a day.
Yeah. And Chris, remember you even said it the other day when we talked offline, you had said, "Oh, I got one of these. I got one of these large cold brews from McDonald's or from
Starbucks.
Starbucks with a shot of espresso in it." Whew, boy, I'm cranking on all cylinders. I'm handing out mail and changing the world.
No, that was like no, because I've had so much caffeine in my body for so long in my life that to get overdosed on it is a very rare thing.
Right.
And if you get one of these nitro brews from Starbucks, it's like 3,000 milligrams of caffeine, and it will fuck you up.
Yeah, I don't doubt that. I feel like I heard one time, maybe it was like a middle school health class, and they were talking about the hierarchy of addictive drugs, and it was, I don't remember what the order was, but it was tobacco, heroin, and caffeine. Now that it could have been 1, 2, 3 in any order, but that doesn't shock me. Yeah, I mean, withdrawal, sure. Christ, I mean, I work on a sales floor. I could see some of those fuckers off caffeine. They'd be banging their heads into the desk. No, how am I supposed to sell anything? You're taking away my performance. What am I supposed to drink Mountain Dew with alcohol in it now? No. Fuck
Wow.
you.
I think we're like, all right, fine.
That's coming out in a month, bro. You'll be fine. Don't worry. Be Mountain Dew Claw or whatever the hell it is. Mountain Dew Viper Strike.
Mountain Dew Claw.
Dew Claw.
Viper Strike is a good that sounds more like a name.
Yeah. We write them up.
That's definitely the purple one.
Hello.
If there's a purple one, that's Viper Strike.
Mr. Dew, I'm writing to you on behalf of the middle class holes, and we came up with, we're gonna bat a few ideas around. Listen,
Dude, great Mountain Dew. I'm on it.
huh. No, wait, grape?
Yeah, like that lemon lime with a pinch of like purple grape.
Okay.
Yeah, and you call
Is
it
that what
fucking
regular Mountain Dew is supposed to be? Lemon lime,
something like that.
or is that just because it's green and you're like, well, that's what my brain tells me.
Honestly, I think they just fucked up making whatever they did, and they're like, "This tastes pretty goddamn good, though."
It's
Right?
not.
Right?
Fucking
Right?
regular Mountain Dew is so fucking gross. Like I can't do it.
I do
I
think
can
it
do
tastes.
some of the flavored ones. Oh, hey, motherfucker, Baja Blast. You can give me a Baja Blast any day of the week, sir. That shit is terrific.
They normally have
other
that.
than I'm not a big guy.
They
I'm
have
not a
that
big-
Baja Blast at Taco Bell, and you can get, with a couple chalupas. Whew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't need to tell me, sir. I'm a Taco Bell aficionado. I don't eat a whole lot of fast food, but
Right.
I get down on some fucking cheesy gordita crunches
Okay.
or some quesadillas. Those quesadillas are delicious. As a matter of fact, I get judged a lot for still eating Taco Bell in my 30s.
It's fine. I ain't judging you. And that, my friends, is your Fun Fact Friday.
You're here in good company. Well, Alan, I do want to bring up one thing that you brought to light here when we were chatting this week. When I was like, "Hey, man, the middle class holes has 90 subscribers on YouTube," and you're like, "Hey, check this out. Even better, the United States national team is now in the top 10 after their recent success." When was the last time we were in the top 10? Do you recall?
I think back to 2006.
Okay.
I think we got up to so I was gonna say take the FIFA rankings with a grain of salt, because I think we were like fourth heading into
God,
or something like that. And then I don't think we got out of the group stage. So you take it with a grain of salt. But getting into the top 10, I mean, that's fucking, you're with the heavy hitters. We've got some respect. This team's pretty good.
When you beat Mexico twice. You beat
Yeah.
Mexico twice, and now we have qualifying starting up this fall. And then I didn't realize this, that next year's World Cup in 2022 will actually start in November.
Yeah.
Because they want to keep the temperatures down in Qatar.
Because they can't fucking play when they would normally, or everyone would die.
You talked about bad temperatures. Today sucked. Today was bad.
Because fucking Qatar is how you say it, which I hate. I hate the way that you say your country's name, people from that country. Just so you know. So they were like, "Hey FIFA, here's all this money. Give us this fucking large world tournament that we definitely don't deserve to have." And also move it from its traditional location because it just so happens that our country's on the surface of the sun. So if people try to play sports here, they will all die. And FIFA was like, "You've paid us enough money for us to do that. Thanks. We'll take that.
You'll give us bronze stadiums with air conditioning."
Yeah.
Sweet.
Like, are you going to import people from neighboring countries to build stadiums that you don't have and hold their passports ransom until they finish the job? Sounds like a plan.
Put them in work
2022. Here it comes.
Put them in work conditions where a number of them will die.
Are you going to make
go undocumented?
Are you going to make underpaid workers work in the conditions that we don't want the athletes to play in? Sold. Let's fucking do it.
Right. Hey, you break rocks with that rock. All right. We're trying to build a multi-billion-dollar stadium here. Trying to house Americans and Brazilians and Italians in 4 years.
Yeah. We need there to be a McDonald's in this fucking place, all right, before we send you back to the mountains of Pakistan. So get to fucking work.
We need our fountain Mountain Dew with fucking whiskey in it. All right, Chief. We need snake bite up in this bitch.
You need a Viper Strike. You need a Viper Strike fountain running right through here. Get it dug.
Well, congratulations to the United States men's soccer team for cracking the top 10 for the first time in 14 years. Hope that this qualifying happens. All right, Alan, where can you find us on the social medias of the intraweb?
Oh, you can find us on all your favorite social media platforms. We're the Middle Classholes on Facebook. You can find us on Instagram and Twitter at MDL Classholes. And of course, for your listening pleasure, you can find us on Spotify, Google Podcasts, and Apple Podcasts. And for those of you who still like to send a good old-fashioned email, have we gotten one? Guys, what's the check? What's it look like?
Tickle our tummies.
So the email is tickle our tummies. That's right, tickle our tummies, plural, at gmail.com. Drum roll, please. Let's see. Have we gotten...
We got the Google team. Middle. Take the next step to your Windows by confirming your Google account settings.
Yeah, actually, I think that was generated when I gave you access to the account.
Yeah, it's back in August 1st.
The date on that, nice.
August 1st. I feel an email coming along here soon.
I definitely think we're gonna get one.
Yeah. It's here we are, folks. It's we gotta get a new email address. Something's gonna click.
People like, we should make a funny one. People will definitely email us. Google Team.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, to the sweet sounds of tent, whatever. All right. I fell down, but my dick's still up. All right, folks. Have a good one.
And though it may be a thrill, don't take me fishing near a hill. Just ask Miss Smith, give me a big old glass of beer. 'Cause I get drunk most every day. I always seem to find myself late. Might be on as fuck, I'm still riding like a pup. I fell down, but my dick's still up. Well, sometimes I may need a hand when I'm just too drunk to stand. I don't need your sympathy, keep your judgment too. 'Cause you just give it a little pull, and my dick's strong like bull, ready to satisfy my woman whole night through. I get drunk still look.